Hello, everyone. Throughout the semester, we've been developing the structure of a formal college essay. We've discussed the introduction that has a discussion of your topic, a connection to your text, a list of your main ideas, and then the thesis. We've discussed body paragraphs, a body paragraph with a topic sentence that has a clear main idea, a restatement of one of the main ideas from your introduction, examples and explanations that prove that main idea, and then a concluding sentence that ties everything together. Today, we're going to be looking at the last part of an essay, the conclusion. In your Heritage College English Guide, you'll find on page 11 a description of the conclusion. I'm going to read through that text and then break down some of the parts, discuss what this text means when it begins to describe elements of the conclusion. The conclusion guidelines. The conclusion should provide an accurate summary of what has been said in your paper. Without copying and pasting the parts of your introduction or paragraphs, restate your thesis and separately summarize the main ideas of your body paragraphs. In short, the conclusion exists to tie together your argument, to give your reader a sense of the ground that you've covered, the ideas that you've discussed. In short, it restates your main ideas and your thesis statement, but it uses different language, same ideas expressed in different words. Because of that, an important consideration is to avoid stating anything new in your conclusion. If you have not already demonstrated a point in your paper, it should not appear in your conclusion. Doing so disrupts the careful focus that you've created, giving the impression that you ran out of time before examining all the parts of your argument. An effective conclusion should provide an accurate and objective reflection on what has already been established and proven in your paper. So again, nothing new is introduced in your conclusion. You restate your arguments in different words, and then you restate your conclusion. Some of the common errors that we see in conclusions. Restating your ideas, relating your ideas to contemporary events, proposing a problem or asking a question that contextualizes your argument in a larger field of study, addressing opposing viewpoints on your topic to assert that your position is correct, introducing new ideas, or copying and pasting from your introduction or body paragraphs. The conclusion, at a glance, is the inverse of your introduction. You remember that when we looked at the introduction, we said the introduction was like an inverted triangle. You started out at your most general, and you got progressively more specific as you worked your way to the last 7th sentence in your introduction, the thesis. Here, your conclusion restates your thesis. It starts at the most specific and then works its way out to the general. In your introduction, you introduce your topic. You become a little bit more specific about your topic, giving me more details about it. You connect your topic to the text. Then you list your 3 supporting arguments or main ideas for your thesis, and then you provide me with the thesis. The conclusion is almost the exact opposite. You restate your thesis statement as the most specific part at the first part of the conclusion. Then you summarize the 3 main ideas that you've developed in your body paragraphs. And then your 5th sentence, the final sentence of your conclusion, ends with a general statement about your topic. A sample conclusion. As demonstrated by Alice Munro in her short story, Boys and Girls, imposing gender roles on individuals results in the division of the male and female characters in the story. So, if you remember when we discussed introductions, that was our thesis in the sample introduction. The words have been changed, but the ideas are the same. After this restatement of the thesis, I'm going to provide my 3 main ideas. Each main idea is going to be expressed in 1 sentence. In the story, the male and female characters are assigned distinct forms of labor. Or in other words, they have different jobs. or different responsibilities. As well, the men are aligned with the outdoor spaces, while the women are limited to the domestic space of the home. And main idea 3, the behavior of the characters is also policed along gendered lines. In other words, men and women are expected and forced to behave in different ways. Then I offer a general overarching comment about the subject. Dividing men and women into strict gender roles creates distance between individuals in society and limits their ability to form meaningful relationships. Those 5 sentences, a restatement of the thesis, a restatement of your main ideas, and then a general overall comment on the subject that you chose to address in your essay, make up an effective conclusion. Obviously, there are different structures for conclusions. There are different levels of complexity that you can use. But for our purposes in this introductory English course, this is an effective conclusion. Remember, if you have any questions about conclusions or about any of the other material that we've covered in the course, please reach out to me by a message in Omnivox, and I'd be happy to answer those questions.